This is my first trip to Northern Ireland and it's been such a delight. I've had so much joy meeting students and teachers in primary schools and secondary schools across the Derry area.
Oh, nice jump! I'm amazing! Seriously, I'm very, very cool. When I went to school with the headmaster, I drafted the rules. We studied my hair, my cares, the clothes that I wear.
It's made such a difference having the students have access to the books prior to the visit, because I've noticed that the sorts of questions that they ask are really well thought out. There's a depth in the questioning which you don't often get, because it's not always that students get that chance to become familiar with your work before you visit a school.
We've even enjoyed all week reading his poetry book overhead in a tower block, and they've already picked their favourites from that, and Joe was able to explain how he was inspired to write those poems and how he took things from his memories and his feelings, and I'm hoping now that our children can do the same for themselves with their poetry as well.
I think many of us adults have had horrible experiences of being taught poetry when we were young, but what I've found in 16 years of working in schools is that students are hungry to not only read poems but also to have the opportunity to write poetry, to express their feelings and emotions and to explore different writing techniques. And we must remember that the techniques and the poetic devices that are commonly used when writing poetry are techniques that you can use across the board. You can use them when writing stories, when writing computer game scripts or movie scripts. These are skills that you can use for life to engage young people, but also for those young people to take forward their transferable skills that they will never forget.
Now, onomatopoeia are words that are sounds like boom, crash, bang, meow, woof, eeyore. Onomatopoeia.
I thought Joe's visit today was really entertaining. I think he really engaged with the pupils and he got them to understand some of the key terms of poetry in such a fun way. I think it was undoubtedly one of the best poetry lessons they've ever had.
I really liked meeting Joe, and he's very funny, and I liked learning about his real life and what the stories were about.
And when Joe signed our books and he said, "And can you find like a certain word and the story?"
The poem I'd like to share is Hide and Seek in the Woods from Overheard in a Tower Block. The forest deep did hold me tight, in rustling cloak of dappled light, as father searched for me, despite his calls for me to run away from darkness into sun. The woods were family.